This is not to entertain, but to intervene. Hit the veins, enter bodies, and enter brains. Shift the system and the mental state from those who benefit to those who've been enslaved. This isn't a game, and if you think it is, we know it's rigged and won't pretend to play. We tried to train underground from those who paved the way. We are the answer to the ancestors' prayers prayed. We are the village you can't kill us because the spirit still remains. We're here today to heal the pain. The weapon formed against can penetrate, just ricochet. This here for the fam, not the fans, unless you came to fan the flame. Don't need a gun, I got a band, and you know that we can bang.
What up, though? Welcome back to The Mask. My name is Chantel Allen, and I'm your host, and this is my crew.
My name's Ade. I'm going to be in 9th grade.
My name is Jada. I'm going to be an 11th grader.
My name is Janiyah. I'm going to be in 10th grade.
My name is Z, and I'm going to be an 11th grader.
My name is Evan. I'm about to be a 9th grader.
The Mask is an opportunity for young people to come together to talk about COVID-19, the pandemic, and the 3 years that they experienced. We're here to talk, learn, and really express ourselves in this space. Let's talk about holistic health. Today we have Kinsasha Kimbui from the Wellness Paradigm with us. She's gonna talk to us about how she's able to center people through her holistic approach to health. So Kinsasha, me and you experienced my journey towards emotional health, physical health, spiritual health. How does that connect into the ancestral uses that existed many, many years ago?
You know, when I think of African Americans, what comes to mind is that we survived the most horrendous crime that has ever happened in humanity. And we're still going through that. It was those herbs, those collard greens, it was the songs. You know, when I think about healing in particular, I think about food, and for anybody to work from sun up to sundown. But it was the greens that kept us going, kept our blood clean, kept our energy high.
There's a lot of powerful nutrients in those collard greens, right? I remember during the pandemic, I kept saying every time somebody would call me and be like, hey, I think I tested positive for COVID, I'd be like, get them greens on the stove, start boiling those greens. Our ancestors were brilliant.
I would say like eating that food just really make me think about family and like home. Like that big old Thanksgiving meal is just brings like joy and like in simple peace.
I know I was gonna add on to that, how the food always brings people together, how it always creates the family into one, how everybody enjoys the food, everybody's so active with each other. It's a really good way to get together.
Yeah.
That's what all that holistic healing is talking about the whole. It's talking about the mind, the body, the spirit. It's all one. Everything is energy. And so not only is it physical, but it's the things that we see and it's the things that we can't see. And what I've come to learn as a therapist is that it seems like the energy comes straight through the crown chakra and goes right through the feet to the middle of the earth. Take your shoes off and go step on the earth. And when you go step on Mother Earth, the earth is so amazing, and it'll draw all that inflammation out of the body. All of the things that your body doesn't need, she'll take it. And we can consciously send any negativity or anything that we don't need right to Mother Earth. And so it's like we're connected to the heaven and to the earth, from the heaven and from the earth. That's healing, and that's connection, and that's holistic. The thing that's so interesting about breath is that a lot of us are afraid to breathe. And the only way that we know that we're alive is that we have breath. And so when we breathe, what we want to do is that we want to breathe all the way down to our belly button. And you can feel your belly kind of coming out. And then when you're breathing out, the energy is going in. Bring that energy in, bring that power in, and connect it to Mother Earth. Feel the energy as you breathe. Connect to that energy that's there. Have you ever come into a room and the energy is, really, really amazing, and you love the folks that are there? Or gone into another room and the energy is really, really bad, and your energy feels really bad? Probably the best example of that is go into a room and somebody looks you up and down like you're nothing. You ever had that happen? Ooh, when that happens, that feels so bad. And the reason that it feels so bad is that they're looking down because they're taking your energy down. So the next time that happens, follow their eyes and bring that energy right on back up. And so you've taken your power back and you've taken your energy back.
Thank you. One of the things I learned from this is how you could release energy by just bonding with Mother Nature, by releasing all the negative energy out of your body, having more room to have good energy.
I want to thank you also, and something that I've learned from all that you said is when you walk into the room, you can pay attention and feel the energy. And if somebody tries to if you have good energies and somebody's trying to bring it down by maybe mugging you or looking you up and down, you can lift your energy back up or maybe even higher to where your energy is stronger and can nobody mess your energy up.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a great conversation. Thank you so much, Kensasha, for joining us. This is a true blessing for our young people to be able to learn and sit at your feet and learn from you. So thank you so much. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Mask on, gotta put a mask on. Mask on, better put a mask on. Mask on, better put a mask on. Mask on. I just had a conversation with a woman because she asked for the reason that I ain't wear a mask. Said I was opposed to the system and had a different task. To control the virus, we kill mucus with the vitamins that we find in natural resources around in the environment. She said she understood and believed in similar remedies, but mentioned I should remember this virus been on the killing spree. And it's important for me to study and gather information, but don't ignore the reports being recorded across the nation. She said put a mask on. Mask on. Don't want it to last long, so I put a mask on. Look, it's out in the air, nowhere to be seen, just tags along. Look, so I put a mask on, you put a mask on. We quarantine, it's so hard to breathe with a mask on. Can't wait till it's over, back to the normal, mask on.
Welcome back. I am so honored to have Maria Perry, the founder and executive director of Secrets to Truth, here with us.
What's up?
Hey. So, Maria, can you tell us what holistic health means to you?
Holistic health means paying attention to your whole self. So it's your mental, your physical, emotional, everything else that is unseen, I believe. So if you can't see it, no one can diagnose it, but you know it, right? To take care of self. So it means paying attention to your whole self, mind, body, spirit, soul.
Do any of you have any holistic approaches or ways that you just pay attention to your mental or your body and then respond in ways that help you?
I would say listening to music or just playing basketball or just to get focus and just really listen to my body.
Whenever I feel down or in the gutter, I usually take a shower, re-clean myself, make sure I feel nice.
Yeah.
Smell nice.
Yeah, recentering yourself is always a great way to bring that in.
So I hear music therapy, water therapy, all of those things are good wellness ideas to help with self-healing, self-love, dealing with trauma and mental health. So I practice that a lot. I love the music. I like the sound waves that break enemy energy is what I call it. So it's that toxic energy that kind of floods the thing that you can't see. It's like breath, but you just can't see it. Water therapy, the thing that just runs over you, shower you, whether you're bathing, whether you're taking a dive in a pool or a lake or something, but just water, something about water that moves you too.
Maria, can you tell us a little bit about your healing journey and what led you to do holistic health?
So in 2019, I was really intentional. I think I've been intentional about my wellness and my healing for a while, but in 2019, that's when I discovered that I needed more. And my son was murdered May 3rd of 2019. And that was a time when I knew that my mental health was like at a high risk. Like, it was like, what's going on here? And I didn't want to take any medication because I was grieving. I didn't have a cut. So I didn't want to take anything like any pain meds, any prescriptions that the doctor wanted to give me to rest and sleep. I wanted to find a way to make sure that that was real and it was intentional and it was safe. So I decided to create a garden on my patio to create like fresh food, living food, things that empowered me. I did walks in the park to let nature like center myself, to slow down my brain enough to really be conscious about where I was in my grief, to do the healing work. So then I started listening to more music, starting to write affirmations. I got a journal to write. And I needed those things, and it helped out a lot, and it still helps. So it's an everyday practice for me to really be intentional about my health, my mental health, and taking that holistic approach.
Wow, thank you for sharing that journey with me. I'm wondering, have any of you practiced any holistic approaches to mental health issues that you dealt with during the pandemic?
I kind of like see my mental health as like a garden. And sometimes, weeds will like grow in the garden, and those are going to be your worries that pop up. So during the pandemic, I had a few worries. What I did is name like 5 good things that's happening right now. And so I listed off those 5 things.
How I approach my holistic healing is I like to do art, multimedia art, traditional, digital, and especially during the pandemic, I did a lot of digital. I stayed away from traditional. I don't know why, but when I came back to it post-COVID, I let it all out on the page, and I feel so much better now, taking advantage of my gifts and talents to make sure that my mental health is clear and happy.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I mainly I paid attention to my mental health. Like, if I felt that I was getting a little sad, I would probably do my hair, get dressed, go on a walk, or make TikToks or something and post them and get cute and stuff.
Oh, you a TikTok pro?
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig it.
Or I would go play basketball, maybe listen to some music and just write about how my day was or how my week was, or draw a little bit.
Yeah, those are all great approaches. Janiyah, you talked about playing basketball, but was there some other things that you did to keep yourself centered?
I'd say I was just trying to really get to know myself more. But just do just random stuff, do a word search. And that's how I found out I like doing word searches and color books and just really watching TV or just chilling with my mom or just doing just getting out of my comfort zone, basically.
I mean, to add on to mine, I played a lot of football during quarantine.
Okay.
Travel football, I was all around the country. And that helped me figure out that oh my gosh, I just love exercise. I just love getting around, moving, making sure that I'm good in health and just good all around.
Nice, nice. It sounds great that you guys were able to find opportunities to release some of the stress and anxiety that COVID-19 brings. So Maria, can you tell us how you provided holistic healing for the community during the pandemic?
Well, I created spaces and holistic spaces for community to come and join me. So it was from sound bowls to yoga moments to healing retreats.
You did all this virtually?
We did virtual. We did virtual. We did some in person for those that could do it. So it was kind of both and, offering both.
Wow, nice, nice. Have you guys ever participated in sound bowls or yoga?
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
What was your experience, Jada?
My sister is a yoga instructor, so she made sure that I had the opportunity to do yoga. I also did yoga with my mom a lot too when she was not around. It helps me because yoga releases all the tension from certain parts of your body, and it makes you really focus on what you can do for your body and how you can use yoga to calm yourself down in certain situations.
Me and my godmom, We go to the gym together all the time, and she has a yoga class at her gym institution. And so she would take me, it helps us together. It calms us down, make sure we're in the right headspace. And it just helps your body feel less tense.
Yeah, that's stretching. That definitely will do it, if you can get it.
Off of yoga, my mom had this app where she does yoga poses and breathing techniques. I did it with her a few times. Like really helps like center your core and release, like what she said, release all the tension in your body. So that really helps with me.
Wow, that's nice. All right, we just heard from our crew and our community expert, Maria Perry. Thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate you. We're gonna go to a commercial and we'll be right back.
Why did I get vaccinated?
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 So I can hang with my girlfriends.
To keep my brother safe.
So I can go shopping.
So I can play ball.
So what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
So we can all get back to doing what we love.
We are back, and we are joined by Tomiko French, the founder and executive director of Soul Speaks Expressions.
Yeah.
What started you on your holistic journey?
Mostly because I needed relief from anxiety and insomnia and depression.
Wow.
Yes.
And what was the process of that? How did you even come into other methods? Because typically people just say, go see a therapist, go see a therapist.
I saw therapists and it was not working. And they said, oh, just meditate, just, clear your mind. But how do you say that to somebody who has racing thoughts all the time? It doesn't really work well. It took me about 5 years before I could even really sit in silence because of making jewelry, that was one. That started it. Then I began my crystal journey. So I work in crystal energy as well. And then that pulled me into sound healing and sound work. So,
What is your favorite or most helpful technique that you use?
Favorite technique, coupling positive self-talk with sound and crystals. So I can't say just one. I've created a way that allows for the work that I create with my hands to be purposeful with what I say and then ultimately with what I play.
So you talked a lot about sound and music and how that helps your mental. And there's a lot of conversation out in the mainstream world about today's hip hop and how that's guiding our children into negative directions, especially around mental health. We've seen a huge rise in mental health with our young people. I'm just wondering, how do you guys think that the music impacts your thought process and your mental?
Well, for me, I mostly listen to R&B instead of hip hop. And like some of my favorite R&B artists or musicians like Erykah Badu, The Temptations, their songs, they lift you up, they empower you, they make you feel better to be yourself. I usually go to sleep listening to Erykah Badu most of the time. Just makes me feel in a calm, relaxed place.
Nice. I listen to like Party Next Door. So like he just made me want to put some clothes on, go get my hair.
Wait, that's the name of the artist, Party Next Door? Okay, I'm getting old. It's all good. But he motivates you. Yeah.
Some of my favorite music is 70s and 80s. So I like to listen to a lot Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Bee Gees, the list goes on, but they really they make me feel good about myself, and they also make me feel comfortable to be young, gifted, and Black, and share and express what I love to do.
So the mainstream is just full of noise. Our young people are listening to good music. That's beautiful to hear. I was worried for a minute. So Tomiko, have you seen the medical field start to utilize holistic approaches to health since the pandemic?
Yes. And it's been really refreshing to experience. With my practice, I have been able to be brought into hospitals and play for not only Mother Baby Center, but Abbott Hospital and various hospitals around the cities. What's being really amazingly awakening in our community is pop-up care fairs, because a lot of us don't get to go to the doctor, or there's the insurance piece or affordability. So having practitioners show up in a neighborhood on a festival, things like that, and you get access to all these different modalities and try it out and see if you like it. It's a really wonderful way to build your wellness toolkit and make sure that you're being taken care of.
So Tamiko, how would you encourage young people to begin to build their own toolboxes?
Okay. Well, wellness toolboxes involve all the pillars of healthcare. So from your mental to your physical, your emotional, your financial, and your occupational well-being. So all of those pillars for yourself are really important. I would encourage you first to ask yourself some questions. What's important to you? A really good way to start that is to journal. Look at what's going on, write about it. Discover what really matters to you, yeah? Do any of you currently journal? Yeah.
I write like song lyrics or like poems.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to express yourself and also get your ideas out too.
I draw more than I journal.
That's a journal though.
Oh, it is.
Yes, there's all types of way to journal. You can have an art journal, you can write, you can definitely create songs about it. It could be a musical journal. It doesn't have to be one particular just words, yeah? So adding on to that, attending pop-ups, seeing the circulars that come out, advertisements, even asking your doctor, what can I do communally? Do you have holistic practitioner lists that I could tap into that will help me build my wellness toolkit so I don't have to come here? I feel more comfortable in my community, yeah? And so even doing that gives you agency, gives you permission to say, you know, I own this. I'm going to own my journey. Maybe what have you seen in the community that you would want to try?
I would like to do some goat yoga.
What was that?
Did
you say goat yoga?
Yep, yoga with goats.
Yoga with goats? Okay.
Our relationship with animals is humongously important. I didn't learn that until I was sick, that I needed an animal companion to help me. So goats, being able to be with them, I didn't think goats were calm enough to do something with humans, but it exists.
This has been a great conversation. Thank you, Tamiko, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
It is a pleasure and an honor. We got to pay some bills, so we're going to go to a commercial. I'll see you in just a minute.
We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile. We wear the mask. We wear the mask to survive, not to hide our face. We wash our hands often, cover our face when sneezing and coughing. 6 feet apart is better than 6 feet deep in a coffin. We do all we can to safeguard ourselves and our kin. Hardships are harder when you're wearing dark skin. That's why we wear the mask.
Visit mn.gov/COVID-19.
That was a really great conversation. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the streets of Minneapolis.
My name is, what is your name? Okay. Nice to meet you. Okay, so my question is, what holistic healing techniques have you done during COVID to like help you get through it or like stay safe from getting sick and stuff? Like, what was your self-care routine?
So my self-care routine, sadly enough, was distance. Like, as much as I wanted to be around other people, I just know that with it being like, you know, bacteria and unforeseen things that we didn't know what was going on, I just really stayed to myself. Like, I reached out to people via FaceTime and stuff like that, but I just more so stayed my distance so that way I didn't get others sick or get myself sick.
Okay, and did distancing affect your mental health at all?
Yes. So to a certain extent where, you know, being so distant from people, you start to get lonely or not. You know, I have like girls' nights and then family nights because me and the family, we usually get up with each other every 2 weeks. So it's like not being able to connect with others. It did kind of put me in like a depressing state because it just felt like you couldn't do nothing. Just sit down.
And did you ever like do anything like maybe read or write or listen to music to maybe get yourself out of those
depressive states. Yeah, so I did find out my hidden talents. I started to write more. I made a self-care journal. So it's just getting in tune with self. So I do, like, in a way, appreciate the COVID stuff because it's like people were able to get in tune with themselves. Where it's like, you know, we live so much in the social media world, do what's popping, but I was able to, like, get back to myself.
Well, thank you for tuning in to The Mask. I want to thank all of our guests today and all of our crew. I hope to see you next week at the same time, same place. Now, tune in to our artist, Omar Abdul, as he gets down for y'all.